Let's bring in Faten Elwan, a Palestinian affairs analyst, joining us live from Marseille in France. Faten, I want to read you a couple of words here from the Israeli President Herzog on X. He called this violence shocking and severe and saying that he strongly condemns it. What do you make of that kind of statement?
Nothing at all. It's a condemnation that doesn't come with any action on the ground, especially that those movement that we saw in the video is now an upgrade to the settlers, violent, that even the Israeli government and the justice system are complaining that those settlers are even attacking the Israeli army and the Israeli centers equally as they attack Palestinians. Let's talk a little bit about who are these group of settlers. So we always know that we had the Top Hill youth. Those were subjected to an attack by the Israeli government for too long. And then now with the new Israeli government, they gave them power after they were described as criminal group by the Israeli government itself. Now this Top Hill youth upgraded. There's 20 settler only who are doing all this radical action inside of the West Bank, and even the army and the police cannot even control them, in which some of the left Israeli media describe them as someone that might be the biggest damage on the Israeli government. And this is how we can relate to the statement on X. But on the ground, we have two ministers supported by the Prime Minister, Itamar Ben-Gvir and Smotrich, that are funding, giving weapons, empowering those settlers, and keeping them away from any legal action or prosecution. And this is why the Israeli army is also complaining from their action, because it can be one rejection of action of letting them go into a Palestinian village, that those settlers will attack the Israeli army, burn their cars exactly as they burn Palestinians' cars, attack their center before they go and attack the Palestinian areas. So the army is acting in front of those with helpless action, because they are supported by bigger heads, the governments in the Israeli crazy lunatic government that doesn't have any borders or line to stop those settlers on the ground.
So, I mean, is there any movement among Palestinians now to start trying to sort of defend themselves?
The only move that they do is the same move that they did years ago. It's what they call it group of the top protection, the hills protection, in which a group of citizens within the whole village, in every single village, we have a schedule that this village created from groups of young civilians, Palestinians, that spend the night on top of the hill to watch any attack by Israelis, settlers. But those young men having zero support from the Palestinian Authority or from the Palestinian, police or anyone. Though in Khalil, for instance, in Hebron, we saw that the citizen and the head of the municipality took the decision to come with a tank, not a tank, with a tractor, and remove all the gates that the Israeli government put illegally in areas under Palestinian control. But those are like actions taken by persons, by individuals. It's not protected by the government or any of the Fatah movement or any of the political movement on the ground. So those people are being left alone in front of a group of settlers. Again, we really need to understand that this group, they call themselves the barbaric settlers, the barbaric settler of group, and this is like elevating from the Top Hill youth that always were the one behind all the destruction. But those are saying barbaric. No one stand in front of us. No one can stop us from taking our land back in order to implement the biblical vision of the greater Israel. And from what we see on the video, they don't respect elderly, they don't respect women, they don't respect children, they don't respect even their own government or the army on the ground. So little can a Palestinian do inside of his village but protecting and watching out, so when there's an attack by those settlers, they can gather from all around the village or the area that they're attacking, the citizens, the original people of the place, to come and defend themselves in very small means that can be only like an extinguisher to put up a fire, to put down a fire, or some stones to protect themselves. But in general, those are barbarian, committing barbarian action on the ground, and no one whatsoever is trying to stop them.
Faten Elwan, thank you so much for your time here on TRT World.